Into our second best of two of the night. To the bottom left hand side is going to be our blue Terran player from Team Liquid. It is uThermal. And he is going up against the red Protoss player to the upper right hand side. It is going to be super. See, I was setting up my schedule today. I actually have decided to move away from a paper schedule and an online schedule, so we might even have like an online schedule which you guys can read yourselves. If you would like to. Coming in soon. It's up now. I don't know if I want to have the one that I've made right now available to other people, because it might be something that I want to have certain things on that aren't like publicly announced, just whatever. But yeah, I don't know, but basically I know a lot of people always ask about a stream schedule and the possibility of having that, because they know it is nice if we could have a stream schedule, you know, if we were able to kind of produce something so that people could see when the stream's going to be live and all the rest. It's very difficult. The problem I always have with having a stream schedule that's available to people is that I just never update it, because it takes a lot of maintenance, actually. You know, you think about it, like every single time that another event gets scheduled, I've got to go and update the calendar. Or I can kind of update it once a week, but then sometimes I don't know what I'm casting until a couple of days before as well. And then the calendar can be wrong and all the rest as well. So it's very hard to keep up to date. So I don't really know. Maybe we need something which... maybe we need something to help us. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think, but like maybe we need something to kind of... So maybe we just need like a helper to update things like that for us, or to help out with that sort of stuff. Someone who loves the stream, has some passion, maybe. But yeah. Anyways, that was kind of cool today. I actually did a lot today. A lot of admin work done. I updated all my stream stats in my kind of stream stat folder for sponsors and stuff as well. So been doing a lot today. Even though I was only in the office for like 3 hours earlier, but I feel as though I got quite a lot done. More YouTube stuff as well. YouTube is just continuous, like getting VODs up there. And I'm also looking to start up my new YouTube series as well. There's going to be a bunch more stuff coming up on YouTube soon. It's just been with the hecticness of kind of moving into the office, and then the hecticness of kind of Christmas and sorting out certain issues and whatever, and finishing traveling and so on and so on. Then kind of this schedule this week, like this week was when I was meant to start YouTube content. I just didn't realize that this schedule was going to mess with my body and mind so much. Like starting a cast at 10 PM, my body doesn't know what's up. My body's like, why are we starting casting 12.5 hours earlier than usual? Or 12.5 hours late. My body's just like, this doesn't make sense to me. It's been a little bit of a mess in my head just trying to figure it out. So stuff is coming next week to look forward to, though. You can look forward to Natural Expansion. That's going to be returning on Tuesday night. Me and Lycan are going to be hosting that new show. Well, new show, the return of the show. And we're going to be looking to get some guests on there as well. I'm not going to announce who those are going to be just yet. But look forward to it, because I personally think it's going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys do think the same as well. Here we see an Adept moving up the left-hand side, or moving up towards the top side of the map here once again. I'm just going to be seeing a couple more gateways coming down in the main base. The opening from Super is just going to be this Robo Twilight straight into Blink, and very standard playstyle for the early stages of the game. Nothing really too surprising about this at all for now, as this Adept continues to move on in towards the main, and just going to be continuing to... well, I mean, he's been across the map. There's nothing else for him to see over here, so going back home makes a lot of sense. The Marines will drop from the first medevac. uThermal's information has been limited because he never made a Reaper. He went into kind of a faster reactor and whatever, and it's just been Marines early on. So he hasn't seen anything uThermal himself. So dropping the Marines is a bit of a safer way to play, because it actually means his Widow Mines will stay at home, and that means he's got very solid defense, very easily spread between two bases, to be able to, I don't know where this Widow Mine, there it is, to be able to shut down an Oracle player, which he might not have scouted here. Whereas with the Marines, if you drop the Widow Mines, 7 Marines can only be in one place to effectively shut down a Widow Mine drop, basically. So that's sort of the issue. You're going to see this medevac is, given the high ground vision, it will shut down this pylon, unpowering the Twilight, the Robo, the Gateway, and the Cybernetics core, all at the front of this base. So already uThermal doing a little bit of damage here early. And we're going to be seeing this medevac coming up the right-hand side. An observer just sat here as well, and just looking to see what else is going on. A pylon to the upper left, and well, here comes this medevac, going to fly on in, going to be starting to unload, and Marines just starting to work their way through a few of these probes. So some probes starting to go down, and Adept coming forwards. As Adept will fall as well, and we're just going to be seeing these Stalkers Also taking a little bit more damage. Oh my god, the Widowmines did so much in the natural expansion. I just suddenly saw the work count dropping, or increasing to the left-hand side, I guess. The number of workers killed increasing to the left-hand side as Widowmines got major damage done. So much here by uThermal. Now he's got a Liberator as well. And this is just going to be continuing to get busier and busier, basically. Like, this is just crazy. uThermal's damage already is kind of insane, and he's just looking to get even more done here in the next few moments. This Liberator comes all the way over to the right-hand side as these two Marines are going to spread out, split up, and start heading up towards the top side of the map. Liberator sieges, and we're all just going to be seeing a couple of probes taking some damage right away. And actually a Stalker getting blown up as well. As you see these Marines and the medevac still just sat just in amongst this mineral line right now. Two more barracks continuing to build. We're going to see the starport going to lift and drop down a tech lab now. Tech lab starting to build up. Third CC from uThermal behind this as well. Already 17 workers ahead and continuing to look to be in a pretty decent position all over, as we're going to be seeing these Stalkers continuing down the left-hand side of the map. Warp Prism overhead as well as a few Adepts starting to warp in. Two more racks again, as we mentioned, just going to really allow uThermal to start up his upgrades, as that is what these two tech labs are for. Factory will move away. Looks as though he's going to keep on with the tank production here. React onto the starport for Liberators / medevacs, whatever he feels he needs in the near future. So the Stalker's going to push forwards. The Observer up in the high ground, already giving him some vision. We're going to be seeing one depot already being worked against. And this depot going to go down, and Stalkers will start to fight against this racks now as well. This next depot taking a few shots, down to half health already. Marines having to pull back a little bit. Another tank will siege up. Second depot falls. The Stalker count's kind of annoying, and actually the Adepts in the natural mineral line picking off so many workers. The Adepts are actually going to shade on top of this army, and all of a sudden Super has a lot more units here than I really thought he had. Like, I mean, I don't know what I was thinking was happening in this game, but actually Super's on 6 gates. He's got a lot to work with. The Adepts have now gone down, though. 19 workers killed, and uThermal, well, he is holding on, because it is the situation where he loses 22 workers, but he had so many more workers to begin with anyways, so he's still equal on the worker count here. As this Warp Prism continues to warp in, continuing to be a massive pain. uThermal just has to position his units very effectively right now, though. Make sure he gets enough in the right locations. He's about to lose a barracks at the front. And we see these tanks are kind of helping out as well, as uThermal going to throw in a pause out of nowhere. I'm not sure what just happened for him right there, but we'll try and get this resumed in a moment. Not a brilliant time to have to pause the game. As, whoa, he's having a major lag spike, so uThermal is lagging out quite drastically right now. And a pretty brutal timing to kind of be lagging out. I mean, all these units in the main. If we take a moment to assess the situation, though, his +1 attack is, well, finished, so he does have an upgrade lead, but he doesn't have stim yet. He's very close to combat shields. That will help. He's still ahead by 4 workers. He's actually got something, I'm not sure what exactly, across the map, which is picking off 8 workers already. I don't know if that's a drop or, well, it is just a drop with some Marines inside. So he's doing some damage as well. So he still maintains a worker lead at this point. As uThermal, is he back? Just going to check if uThermal is ready. And we will resume into this hectic situation. Stalkers to the left side continue to go down, though, and I actually feel there's enough over here to clean up. The tanks to the right are continuing to pick off these Adepts, and I feel as though uThermal will be able to make the defense here at the end, still maintaining the worker count too, and Super does indeed GG out just towards the very end of this game. The second most stacked group alongside the Neeb group we saw on Monday night. So let's jump in. Let's introduce these guys for the second game that they will play against each other today. To the top left-hand side, the blue Terran player from Team Liquid. It is going to be uThermal. And down to the bottom right, our red Protoss player is going to be Super. Hello, Super. How are you doing today, son? What's up, lad? What's up, lad? So just going to be looking to head on into this, see where we're going to go. I see an assemblator dropping down in the main base mineral line right away. I'm just going to be seeing what will happen in the near future. Is that a gas first from the Protoss player? That's crazy. That's going to be double gas then from the get-go, and Super looking to be very aggressive. I mean, gas first isn't something you see from Protoss players. It's just not the build order people choose. Am I being silly here? Like, Interesting startup then, right from the get-go. uThermal is going to be going for a gas-first player himself, but that's much more standard for a Terran player. Gas-first Reaper Expand can then allow you to get your factory down nice and quickly, and when your factory comes down nice and quickly, it just gives you a good position to move forwards from and to play forwards from. So, setting up into that, SCV's continuing right now to mine away on this main base, and there's SCV over here from uThermal, moving around as well. Nexus is on the way up on the natural expansion. Cybernetics core coming down. So super standard stuff. Second gas now coming in as well. So it was just super standard in the end. I guess just a little bit more gas wanted here by our Protoss player. Just popping that down. You're going to be seeing this factory over to the right hand side is starting up as well. Going to be just about halfway done in a few moments. So uThermal with the proxy factory. Going to be changing things up a little bit right now. In game number 2. He's still only on 1 gas though, which means he does have the minerals to expand very shortly behind this factory-based aggression, but he'll also add on a starport. He's going to have the gas for that, and it's just going to be some super... It's either going to be super fast Widowmine drops, or he could make a Cyclone and continue to attack, continue to harass. It's a very interesting little situation that uThermal puts himself in here. There's the starport. He doesn't really have the gas for a Cyclone if he starts the starport, so... With the starport, it is just going to be Widow Mines, and those are going to be dropping in very early on. So setting up into that right now. Going to be seeing the Widow Mine popping out very shortly. Some Marines gathering together, just on the low ground here. I'm just going to be seeing this mothership core still patrolling backwards and forwards in the natural expansion. I mean, obviously for Super, this is going to have to become a very... crisp defense, otherwise he's going to start ending up very far behind. Last game, the early damage from uThermal put him into a really great position. And as this rubber facility over halfway done, so he's going to have detection, maybe even just ready for this drop. It depends where the observer goes. If it heads across the map, it will probably be out of location. If it doesn't head across the map, it probably will be in the correct place to help scout and to help defend. So this medevac about to finish up. The second Widow Mine going to be finishing very soon as well. Probe's currently continuing to mine down on the low ground here. Mothership core still in this very kind of forward position here. And we're just going to be seeing the second mine about to pop. So this drop will begin. uThermal again did expand back at home. But it's still kind of a very committed attack from him just because his factory and starport are on the wrong sides of the map. And he's actually just going to sit here and wait, as I think he's lagging out again. uThermal's internet is dying a bit today. And we'll put in a pause for when he comes back. So, I think that's actually what he said. He was about to go in and drop, and then all of a sudden he was like, this isn't good. He was like, this isn't good. I'm about to lag out, so better pull my drop back a little bit and get ready to go once again. So just a couple of moments here, guys. Jump back into this. Hopefully uThermal will reconnect. If not, then we might have to resume from replay. It's a little bit of a... tough spot for him right now is he's lagging all the way out. He might very well just drop from this, so we might have to just have a complete regame here. And I don't think he's coming back.
Game
Oh,
paused.
he is back. And he's gone. He's back, and he's gone. And he's back, and he's gone. So tense. So tense. So he's still in game at the moment. I'm just going to ask him if he's all good, and hopefully we can get this resumed, guys. Still lagging. Okay, so you just got a couple of issues here, guys. Hopefully we can get this resolved in a few moments' time. Hopefully we can get this fixed. He might have to just reset, in which case we might have to resume from replay. But that's fine. I mean, at this point, we just want to keep things friendly and just keep the games going. So... a few moments, or we try and figure this out. And uThermal just going to test his internet once again. Okay, let's try. Go, say both. 3, 2, and 1. We are back in game. So this medevac was about to come on in down the right-hand side. I'm just going to be seeing the couple of medevacs, a couple of widow mines about to drop off. Now the mothership core repositioning over towards this location. You see the widow mines dropping in. No detection in position. There's 5 workers and 1 more. 6 in total. Going down over here. He actually lifts the widow mine and picks up one of them. So he is able to escape with 1. And as we see the next widow mine continue to build, and the Liberator follow up as well. The aggression will continue for uThermal now, as we're going to be seeing SCVs continuing to just move between the minerals and the command center down over there. Reactor is about to, well, keep on coming up here from uThermal. I'm just going to be seeing the engineering bay coming up to being about halfway done as well in the next couple of moments. So engineering bay about halfway done. Another, the same widow mine from before hits in towards the natural and will go off here. Actually going to pick off 2 probes and splash onto the adept. As uThermal is still again building this Liberator. He has more widow mines over here. Keeping the medevac alive is important, because with the medevac kept alive, he can continue to produce Liberators while he is able to keep on dropping widow mines. He continues to build as well. Pylon's out of position right now, which means that this Liberator actually going to stop gas mining, which is pretty crazy. So gas mining going to be denied here. An overcharge going down in the back, and we are going to be seeing this medevac continuing down towards the bottom right-hand side. Stalker's moving forward, so we're going to be seeing the Liberator will on siege, will back away down towards the bottom right. And we're seeing this other medevac just sat overhead. And these few Stalkers just moving around from super, looking to see what else is happening, what else is going on. And this Liberator just sat to the far bottom right corner right now. A couple of widow mines inside of the medevac will be moving around as well. He's lifted these up from over here, of course, and look to reposition them. This Liberator will go down as the overcharge pops. He has this one extra one to utilize as his factory. Starting to take quite a lot of damage. The widow mine will pop. We'll try and run away. We'll actually just go down. uThermal will not microing it as he needs to there. We're going to see a scan, and an observer will go down. Is there another one here? Not just yet. As we're going to be seeing the couple of units just coming in to sit overhead. Stalkers continue to work their way through the factory once more. A couple of tech labs coming down on the barracks. And that's going to allow Stimpack and combat shields to start up. This factory will die. Starport's still around. uThermal, when he does this, oftentimes he actually doesn't fly the starport all the way back home. Instead, opting to go for something a little bit crazier, such as like a reactor over here, and just sort of building up the medevacs on this side of the map, because flying this starport all the way back home takes a very long time, and that's not what uThermal wants to do, and that's not what he's doing. So he's going to land it here, build a reactor. Yes, it's risky, but oftentimes it does actually pay off for him. A couple of Marauders on the way as well. Everything in terms of his upgrades will line up quite nicely too, so Stim, Combat Shields, and +1 will be ready for an attack shortly, as this widow mine actually picked off a few more workers. And overall, uThermal, how much damage has he done here? 19 workers killed, keeping himself in a pretty decent position. The income lead was supers for a little while, but definitely uThermal's now 4 workers ahead, plus the double mule he'll have to work with as well in this game. Everything looking pretty good for him right now, as the Twilight Council starting up about 33% of the way done. As we're going to be seeing this Marine going to get chopped down by the Colossus as well. Just going to be chased. This Marine, he's running. He's running. But no one told him to keep running. He's, man, he just didn't get enough, like, moral support, man. Like, he's the kid on sports day. He just doesn't have anyone there to cheer for him. He's like, no one cares about me. I'll just stop. Only instead of not finishing, you actually just get blown up by a Colossus, which is a little bit nastier of a death than the kid on the sports day, who shouldn't die. As we see two medevacs coming in from the right-hand side. More units collecting together in the center of the map. We're going to see the +1 weapons. We'll be finishing shortly. Stimpack, 20 seconds away from finishing as well. I'm actually going to see all 3 of these medevacs going to load up into the load up units, and so it's going to be quite a big drop, as right now, Super going to just target down these rocks, open up or close off access to the third base, but just open up more defensive possibilities basically for him. Just by not having to worry about this so much, he can position his units a bit more centrally, a bit more towards the natural. However, has to be ready for this drop into the main, which currently he is not. And actually, drop's going to come in towards the third base instead. So uThermal will change his direction just towards the end of this here. As Marines and Marauders will now load up, and now they will go towards the main where there isn't units in position. So he goes straight in over here and, well, starts to unload. The first pylon will just go down, I think. We're going to be seeing the mothership core get shot down as well, so that's a pretty big deal. Probes will start to fall. 8 workers, 9 workers, 11 workers killed, and continues to come down in this direction. More probes will die, and that's 22 workers killed by uThermal, getting out of here with 2 medevacs full of units still. And guess what? He goes straight back towards the third base, I think. More units collecting up in the center. There's 2 more medevacs from this right-hand side starport. GG. uThermal takes game number 2. Another 2-0 for our Terra.